Today we are going to change out the garage door opener. My wife had a little bit of a mishap. She forgot the code to the door, and she also forgot that I had things hanging on the garage door track that were painted to dry, and she hit the button. And what I was left with was fragmented parts of what was possibly the last working Stanley garage door opener in existence today. The remotes even worked. I'm sad. But anyways, the motor destroyed, blew up, catastrophic failure, and now I got to put another one in it. So we found one at the Home Depot, a Chamberlain chain drive, same idea. And I'm hoping that it's not too much work to change it out. So let's get after it. So I pulled the covers off of it, and well, there were the remnants of the gears that were left in the drive of my poor old Stanley garage door opener. This thing's been in here since 1997, never missed a beat. And now, well, it spins, but it makes some real crunchy noises now. So we're gonna take it down and we're gonna replace it. Oh yeah, sure I don't. I'm not even ready. Got all my crap laying around. We're gonna replace it with this Chamberlain 1/2 horsepower garage door opener. Okay, so on initial perusal of the stuff, that's the head unit there. I guess the main drive, one light bulb, angle brackets, brackets for the sensors, brackets for the quick release, the main bars that run to the door, bag of hardware. These are pretty nice little deals, better than the old doorbell style. The manufacturer's suggested installation procedures, and what else? One remote. One. Boo. Chamberlain. That'll cost you 1 star on your review. Right there. In today's day and age, seriously, one remote. It's only good for TVs, my friends. Okay, well, it turns out that I'm not able to reuse all of this, so I've just got to take it off and let it down. It's totally different animal. The way that it attaches, it's got square bars on this new one, and whatnot. So wishful thinking, and we'll carry on with the tear out here. I'll get back to you when I got it sitting on the floor. Okay, I got it down on the bench, I guess, if you will. There's the chain and everything for it. You can see the failure that happened here. Just blew itself apart. So I got some 35 series chain there. Kid needs a new chain on his bike. So I get to use that. There's the round bar, the main drive bar. So I have to replace that with the square stuff, just the way that it mounts to the other motor. The only thing I'm able to really reuse is that bracket and this bracket here for the quick release. So those are exactly the same. I put them side by side, and that's about the only thing that I'm able to reuse out of here. So everything else has changed. Okay, so here's the new garage door opener motor, and everything's put together with the chain on it. There's the quick release trolley all hooked in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide that over as close to the door as I can get it, and then I'm going to lift the motor up onto the top of my step ladder here so it gets me closer to the ceiling, and then I'll come back over here and I'll pin this up into that bracket up there, and then I'll be able to lift the motor up to the ceiling, and then I can figure out where I need to bolt it. The nice thing about this setup here is right now is the center line, the guy that marked it or put it up the first time, the center line for the door is there. So all I got to do is just kind of get it in the right direction, figure out my bolts, and I'll bolt them up to those existing angle irons. So I'll get back to you when I have this thing mounted to the ceiling. All right, garage door opener is installed, hooked up. I do have to change the trip sensors down at the bottom, so I have to do that another day. I did have to change, because it's electronic, I had to change the button on the wall as well. So I have a little programming to do, and I have to change those pieces out. But I did have to drop it down a little bit farther than it was initially mounted, just to make clearance up along the ceiling. And everything's good. So I'll get these things changed, and then I'll get back to you, and we'll run her up and down a few times and program the one single remote. Well, it's the next day. This is pretty awesome. I just had a couple things to button up. I was able to use the existing wiring that was in the garage, so I was just able to make a pigtail on each one of the sensors, because the sensors are also electronic. They have a light on them. One solid amber, one solid green, and when you block it off, it flashes, so it knows it's blocked off. That's good. I've got the single remote programmed. The wind's howling here today. That's good. So that works. The one thing I didn't test though was I didn't test the auto reverse. Get that out just a little bit. Oh, let's see if the auto reverse works. It's supposed to hit and then go back up. Nice. Okay, there you have it. A successful install on my new garage door opener. I guess a couple of things that I would do a little bit differently on this is I'd have a little bit of help, for one. Two, if you're doing a chain drive, leave the chain in the box. Open the box, cut yourself a little gap about like this, close the box again, pull the chain out, tape it, and that way when you go to run the chain out, it'll just spin inside the box and stay flat. If you don't do that and you take it all out, you risk the chance of dropping a coil, and then you've got a jumbled mess, and that's what I did. And but I got it figured out, and it just took a little bit more time to get all the coils twisted back out again. The next thing is on the quick release at the front, make sure the arm that actually pulls the door up, make sure the arm is pointed back towards the garage door opener. If you get it set to go too far forward, you get it over center, and now you've got a lock. So make sure that it's tipped back towards the garage door opener, not something that they tell you in the manufacturer's suggestions. The next thing would be to follow the manufacturer's suggestions. And when it comes to programming and things like that, I was lucky because I was able to use the existing wiring that was in the building, so I was just able to hook it together, put it up into the garage door opener. All I had to do was I had to change my button, because it's an electronic button. The other one is just the doorbell, so it's just a momentary on, momentary off, where this one actually senses that there's power, and then it sends power to the new electronic garage door opener. So that's it. I appreciate you. Give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, tell us the stupid stuff that we did, and we'll see you for the next one. Appreciate y'all.